Growing weed. Bam. Who here wants to grow this? I spent 3.5 years building a medical cannabis business in the state of Montana when it was going through some pretty wild years. And I want to share with you 5 things that I learned in my 3.5 years of making some huge mistakes and also some huge successes. And I want to bring that wisdom to you so that if you're venturing into it or you're thinking about getting into the medical cannabis business, you can take these lessons and apply them right now. Ooh, it smells so good. This is Dream Machine, by the way. I grew this one not too long ago. Beautiful crop. Real heavy producer. And it was 1-to-1, 7% CBD, 7% THC. I love this strain. So I spent, like I said in the intro, 3.5 years in the medical cannabis business. When I got into it, the business was the industry was just getting started. And what I mean by that is medical cannabis has been here since 2004, but it was just starting to really heat up. The state was starting to look at it. People wanted some changes. They wanted to legitimize the industry. I got into this when the feds could no longer interfere with state law. I knew that I was safe from federal prosecution and I could jump in with both feet. So I took the money that I had earned from selling a car that I had built, a 1968 Chevelle. It was beautiful. I took the money that I had earned from that and I invested it into the medical cannabis business. So I started buying lights and ventilation systems and all that kind of stuff. And then it just grew and it grew and it grew from there as I took on patient count. And then the state did something that really surprised me, and I think everyone. And that's that through some bogus rulings, they basically shut down all medical cannabis businesses. So all the patients that I had acquired through a lot of effort, I had to eliminate, let go of. And then I got to start over again 3 months later, building back up my client base. And another thing, when the state came in and they said, well, you have to get rid of all of your patients, you could keep 3. So basically what that did is that allowed me to keep just enough plants to keep the strains alive, or the cultivars if you're a snob, and it allowed me to keep those alive through the process. And then once the medical cannabis laws were reinstated, now we were allowed to go back out and gather up a whole bunch of patients again. So I went out, started all over again, built my business even bigger than the first time, only to lose it because I made some bad decisions. And to be honest, my heart just wasn't in the business. So I wasn't committed enough. So through this process though, I gained a whole lot of insight, understanding in myself, but also into the business. And I want to share with you these 5 things. So that's a little bit about my background story. Let's go ahead and dive into the 5 things that I learned through this process. Number 1, growing weed, pot, cannabis, whatever you want to call it, is a blast. And it is an extremely hardy plant. So unless you are going for extremely top-notch bud, anybody can grow it. Anybody can learn how to do this. If you're just growing for yourself, say in a small tent, it's totally doable. And YouTube has everything you need to learn how to do it, okay? I never went to a single class. I read 1 book about it, and everything else I picked up from YouTube. And I went from growing just a couple of plants to growing over 150 plants all at one time. And they were very healthy. I grew some really good bud, all right? That's one of the next lessons, is that if you think you grow the best bud, you're in good company, because you will hear that across the industry. Everybody who grows, almost everybody who grows, thinks that they grow some of the best bud out there. All bud is pretty good. I mean, unless it comes from Mexico. If you are worried, what I'm trying to say is that if you are worried that your bud can't keep up and somebody else is talking to you saying, oh, mine is so good, blah, 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 chances are yours is just as good as theirs, if not better. So don't beat yourself up if you are doubting your ability to grow stellar cannabis. The third thing is that this business is full of all types. And when I say that, not everyone in this industry is a shark, but they are out there. And you gotta watch out, because if you're smaller than them, they are looking to hunt and feed. Staying out of hot water or staying out of jail starts with not making shady decisions. And so if you're associated with somebody who is making some shady decisions that you don't quite agree with, be wary of that. Because in the cannabis game, it's not like you're dealing with a car wash. If you make a mistake in the cannabis game, you could be facing federal prosecution. That's not something worth gambling with. So really pay attention to the people that you associate with. In this business, treat everyone as a friend, but regard them as a possibility that they're a shark. Please listen to this one, because this leads into the next lesson that I learned. Okay, so the fourth thing is your success in this business is only going to be matched by your level of determination. So if things start getting tough and you decide you want to fold it up, or if you start giving up, that's as far as you're going to go. So your success is only going to be equaled by the tenacity that you have inside to carry through when the obstacles happen. When you have a crop and it's infested with spider mites and it doesn't look like you're going to be able to win, because spider mites really are like the Borg. They are unstoppable, especially if you're not using nasty chemicals that are out there. So if you're facing that and it's enough to stop you, then how are you going to make it through the next obstacle? What I'm trying to say is that if you're going to build this business, if you're going to do this, you have to be bigger than any of the problems that come your way. If something is causing problems for you and you're facing it and you don't feel like you can make it, are you smaller than that problem? Because if you've made it to that point, okay, life tests us. Life gives us these challenges, and every time you solve that problem, you become more capable, more powerful, more able to reach whatever it is that you're trying to reach for. So don't let a problem get in your way. You got to switch up your mindset and look at it as an opportunity to learn and get better and more capable. In this industry, there is always going to be the fearmongers. They're going to be out there telling you that the sky is falling, basically. That you can't continue because X, Y, and Z. And it is so easy to fall into the trap of starting to believe that you're not going to be able to make it. Any problems that come your way are surmountable. Unless you're going to prison because you made some shady decisions, or because the state just decides that they don't like what you're doing. It's definitely a risky business. There's no doubt about it. I mean, if you get into this, I hope you get into it with the realization and the understanding that you're not getting into a typical business. When you get into the cannabis game, you are putting your ass on the line. And hopefully you know why you're doing it. If it's just because you want a fat bankroll, you're in for a wake-up call. You're in for some surprises. When I got into the medical cannabis game, it was because I'd lost my business before and I thought I was going to jump right in and just start raking in the dough. And while it can be a profitable business, it also can be a very expensive business to be in. And expensive in more ways than just money. It's expensive at a peace of mind because you are always walking on the edge. So, are you capable of walking on that edge? Are you capable of having that always in the back of your mind that at any point in time, you could be facing some pretty heavy issues with the law? You have to be okay with that. So if you're gonna do this, don't listen to the fearmongers. Stay strong, stay connected to the vision, to your goal, whatever you're going for, you have to stay locked onto that. And when you get into it, you have to say, this is where I'm going. You have to be passionate about the plant and what it's able to do for people. You have to be passionate about the process of whatever aspect of the business that you're going to be getting into. If you are not passionate about what you are doing, it will not succeed, because you won't have the inner drive to carry through when you do face those challenges that inevitably will come. You don't want to be sitting 2.5, 3.5 years down the road saying, I'm so invested in this, I don't know how to get out. Because that's where I was. I wasn't truly passionate enough about the cannabis industry to sustain my spirit through all of the challenges that I had faced. And I want to make sure that you don't end up in the same situation. If you're looking to get into this, make sure you ask yourself these 3 questions. Are you passionate? Are you patient? Are you willing to wait? Because it takes a long time to build something successful. And 3, are you willing to do whatever it takes? Are you willing to work those long nights? Are you willing to carry the stress? Are you willing to have banks say no to you? There's going to be all kinds of challenges, so you have to make sure that you meet those 3 criteria. One of the largest mistakes that I've seen in this industry from the people that I've met, the people that I've talked to in my own personal experience, the largest mistake is the people that we decide to partner with. If there's any way that you can build your business on your own, do it. If you're gonna do a partnership, make sure that you thoroughly understand what you're getting into. Make sure that you understand you have an exit strategy so that if things go sideways, you have a way out without losing your ass. And 3, make sure the person that you're getting into business with is worth getting into business with. Have they demonstrated things in the past that make them a worthwhile partner? If not, steer clear. Save yourself the trouble. You could lose everything by making a bad decision here. The cannabis industry is growing and thriving. It is not stopping. It is not going to go backwards. There is room for you. If you've wondered, can I really do this? You can. There are people out there who have started exactly where you have started, maybe with less, and they made it. So one of the biggest things that you can do right now after answering these questions and going through this is find somebody who has done what you want to do. Find somebody who has built a business and model what they have done. Follow what they have done. And you will meet with the same successes that they have met with. So, and don't just follow one person, find multiple people. Grow. If you want to grow your business, you have to grow yourself. You have to keep educating yourself to meet that level. Take on those challenges as opportunities to learn, and I guarantee there is success in your future. You can do this. So be real, make good decisions, elevate for life. You elevate yourself and you elevate the world. Keep growing. I really appreciate you guys. I hope that I offered some really valuable information to you. Watch my next videos. I'll be coming back and sharing a whole lot more. So subscribe, hit the like button, do me a favor, please. I'm building a new business. Come help me build my business. Hopefully I can help you build your business. This is a mutual thing. Subscribe right there. And maybe watch another one of my videos. If you are in the cannabis industry and you know what I'm talking about, share your comments below, because everybody who wants to get into this needs to have the voice of the people who have experienced it. We'll see you on the next one. Peace out, guys.